Everyone, my name is Captain Frost, this is Crucible League, and today I want to talk with you about Heist in Solo Self-Found. Is it good? Is it bad? Should you take it? And what's the profits out of it that you can get? So, Heist is pretty cool in SSF, especially if you don't really want to play right part of the talent tree. If you don't like Expedition, if you don't like Sacred Grove, or either Harvest, then definitely Heist is very good in many ways. So what Heist gives you? First and foremost, the best part of Heist is that it is highly optional. You are just looting 2-3 items every single map, or maybe a bit more if you're lucky with multiple smuggler caches, and you're good to go. Then you're deciding if you want to go for particular type of reward that you will get from blueprints in Grand Heists. If you want, you can farm a regular heists, but I don't really do that too much because, to be honest, maps themselves, they have way more unique rewards that you can get out of them, like all the Eldritch stuff, all the boss stuff, all the influenced items. So regular heists I do quite rarely. I don't really think that they are too good, and if I'm doing them, it's probably for Gianna to get some pretty juicy discounts on revealing wings of your grand heists. And that's mostly it. There are definitely some tactics in farming regular heists, especially if your character is not very strong with heists. You can ignore pretty much all the mobs. If it's a lower level heists, you can still get a bunch of rewards out of your additional recurrency and your fragments, your metamorph, your delirium, this side stashes. So yeah, you can do that, but I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about focusing on grand heists, building up your roster in Heist, and then reaping all the rewards. So it's very good because it's optional in how you do the content. You know the type of reward, the type of this unique, good, juicy reward that you will get from the heist, from the grand heist. So if you are interested in unique items that can modify, if you're seeking for build enabling unique items, then you're looking for replicas and experimented items. If you're looking at upgrading your gear with some high quality rares that you want to craft, then you're looking for enchanted armaments. If you're looking for 6-link or 5-link, especially pretty early on in the game, then you're again looking for enchanted armaments. Maybe you will be lucky and you will get it in somewhere in replicas as well, because it's not that replicas can get 6-link quite often, it's that experimented items can roll well with sockets and links as well. If you're looking for more currency, especially chaos orbs and chance orbs are pretty valuable when you're progressing your atlas, buying all the maps from Kirak, then you will definitely have a bunch of them inside big heists, grand heists that gives trinkets and currency. And if you are looking at alternate quality gems, it's the only way for you to obtain them, and they are quite strong and they are build enabling quite often. So that is very cool as well, especially if you're dropping ashes like me from your tutorial, Eater of Worlds. So yeah, that's basically it. Rewards in Heist, especially these big juicy rewards, are very unique. They are very powerful. It's a smart loot system, or it's guaranteed uniques. Even though many replicas are trash, many replicas are quite interesting and you can build around them. Now then, there are the side stashes that just give you a bunch of different goodies that if you are not spec'd into some mechanics in your regular maps, so for example Metamorph or Delirium, I probably looted more cluster jewels from my heists, even though I'm not focusing these side stashes, I'm not doing regular heists. I probably looted more cluster jewels from my heists from my grand heists, then I've looted them from delirium occurring randomly in my maps, and I don't have my delirium blocked by the talent that doesn't give it option to spawn. Then it's with Metamorphs. It gives you an ability to get blighted maps or maps that have blight on it. It gives you some oils. It can give you oils as well. It can give you some essences, but probably with essences, in terms of essences, it gives you quite trashy one. It's just like screaming, and they are not really good. And you can have just raining essences in regular maps in lower tiers as well. So in terms of essences, Heist is not really good. In terms of all other leagues, if you need something like that, Heist can cover you. It's not like it's the best way to get that, but it can definitely cover you in more than enough way. You will always have an ability to farm some additional Harbinger currencies, some additional just regular uniques to drop. If it's not something very rare, if it's not tier 1, tier 0 unique, then you can drop it out of there, and it can make your arsenal in solo self-found way wider. So that's very good. And again, it's such a chill mechanic with how optional it is, with how you're getting your contracts, your blueprints, and you can just roll them whenever you want, and they're not as time consuming. You can just run through them, even though the mechanic itself with all the backtracking is a bit like, I don't really want to do that from time to time. But whenever you're used to it, whenever your rogues or your heist companions are leveled up, they are doing everything quite fast. You're getting your rewards pretty fast. You're not using as many this rogue currency because you have Gianna that is leveled up. You have you can, it's very efficient. It's very cool. It gives you a bunch of unique stuff. It gives you a bunch of powerful 5 links, 6 links, different unique bases and stuff like that. It gives you unusual gems. So Heist is very good. The problem with it is that you probably need to spec into it quite hard, and it's all the way up top in there. So you will have to go. You will have to go for Heist quite hard, and that's probably so. You can't really skip too much of the nodes of the cluster of the clusters of Heist on your talent tree. That's probably the only bad side of it. And probably I don't really even see too many downsides of Heist, to be honest. Even if maybe for different playstyles than mine, but I would recommend Heist for SSF. Even if you are not really speccing into it too much, you will still have a bunch of blueprints that you can run and you can get something out of it. So even one small plus 20 or something % chance to get Smuggler's Cash will make you way stronger, will give you this optional content without any additional investments, and there will be some blueprints as well. And you don't really need to block this mechanic too much as well, because it's not like how if you haven't blocked some other mechanic that you're not spec'd into, for example, rituals or breaches or metamorph or something like that, maybe not metamorph, but still. You need to spend time with that mechanic. So if there are ritual popped up on your map and you're not spec'd into it, there are only 3 rituals, it's not a rare one, and you're like, man, but I'm losing some part of the juice on my map, why not do that? And then you're spending a bunch of time on that mechanic. So you really want to get rid of them if you're not spec'd into them, because you need to spend time to clear them. Otherwise, because they are... I think you got it. But with Heist, it's just one click for the Smuggler Cache and then get 2-3 items and you're chilling, even if you're not spec'd into it. So and the last part that I've completely forgot is bosses. There are some some trashy items that come from bosses, some pretty interesting ones that you can build around through, or they can just be a little bit of an upgrade for your character, especially the belt with rage generation. For my character, I'm playing with swords. I don't have any rage generation because I'm playing with strike skill, infernal blow, and I can't get rage generation on my gloves. I didn't drop any other generative items for that, and I use the unique belt from Heist that generates you rage. So it's just cool. It's just cool, and the way you're going with the bosses, they are quite easy. You don't have limited tries on them, at least on those that I've played against. You have, almost unlimited, or maybe unlimited, I don't know for sure. I didn't die on them too much, but still, it's quite forgiving. It has some pretty interesting loot, and it is very optional. So you've got some of these bosses, you can store them, you can forget about them, and then do them whenever you're comfortable. So it's very cool, and I pretty much enjoyed. So if you're thinking about how to make your Atlas for solo self-found, I would definitely recommend Heist, especially for the expedition and Sacred Grove Harvest non-enjoyers. But maybe not so much for Harvest as much as for Expedition. Yeah, because Harvest is more of a competitor for essences, while Heist is... it's not even competitor for Expedition. I just hate fucking Expedition. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good time, and goodbye.